Hello, my name is Julianne Newberry, and I'm the Metadata Librarian at Greenlease Library. This tutorial will give an overview of literature reviews, what they are, the process of doing them, and an example. To begin with, we'll look at what a literature review is. A literature review can look at existing research and writings on a topic and can help a researcher see the big picture of a field of study, that is, the background information. You can see what is known or not known about a topic and can help you to show a need for more research on something. A literature review can also help you to get guidance on how to conduct primary research yourself. What are the functions of a literature review? This graphic gives a number of purposes for doing a literature review. They can be broken down into two categories: to explore, search, or read about a topic, and then to write about and synthesize the research on a topic. How do you start a literature review? You begin with the exploratory phase. You'll determine the question that you want your research to answer and the problem that you would like your research to solve. You can use a general database, a discipline-specific database, or our inclusive OneSearch Discovery service, which includes our catalog and almost all of our databases and e-journals. If you would like information about subject-specific databases, you can look at the education and educational leadership research guides through the library website for more information. With whatever platform you choose to use, you'll enter your search term or terms. You can start with a keyword search and move to a more specific subject search if you have too many results or results that are not relevant. Depending on the total number of results you have, you can then refine them to search only full text, to look for things published within a certain date range, and other limiters. When you have your list of results, you can start looking at article abstracts to help assess their relevance for your research. We recommend that you download or save the articles you find for later reading or for reference as you conduct your literature review. This will help you as you create your annotated bibliography and your literature review. Once you've found a good number of resources through your research, it's time to start organizing them so you'll be able to write your literature review. You'll do this using an annotated bibliography. This will help you to summarize your sources and how they support your research perspective. There is a video elsewhere in this module that gives more detailed information on annotated bibliographies. The video also includes examples of Excel and Word documents that you can use as a template for organizing your annotated bibliography sources. The next step in the process is writing your literature review. This is the writing phase. It's time for you to start pulling everything together through synthesis to help you create a cohesive background that you will share with your readers. Synthesis is taking multiple elements and combining them to form a new whole. With a literature review, you're organizing previous findings and research and drawing conclusions. This might include explaining the predominant approaches used in prior research, the strengths of previous research, and weaknesses and gaps in the research methods. This can suggest future things to be done. A well-written literature review will have an introduction, source themes. These can be pro, con, or alternative. A literature review will have explanations and evaluations of the sources. And it will also have your conclusions. Now let's look at an example that walks through the entire process we just discussed. You begin with the exploration phase, your research topic or question. In this example, my research problem is that there is a declining number of students who are traditional college age, and universities are struggling to maintain or increase their enrollment numbers. The question I'm going to research is, what changes can universities make to meet the needs of modern students and increase enrollment? In the Finding Resources phase, I'll begin my research by going to the library's website, www.rockhurst.edu/library, and typing in the box to start using the OneSearch Discovery service. I'll start by using the keywords university mission and 21st century in a single text phrase. I'll then check the box in the left side menu for full text to limit my results to just journal articles. Then I'll click on the article titles to look at their abstracts and decide which articles I want to download, save, and, if necessary, print to read. This is a view of what OneSearch will look like. Once I have read the article, first starting with the abstract and then the full article, and decided that it related to my research problem in question, I'll move on to filling out the template for my annotated bibliography. I'll start by creating the citation for this source, which I'll be able to use in my later writing, literature review, and my paper. In the annotation section, I'll briefly summarize the key information I found in the article. I next list what type of source this is and how I plan to use it in my literature review. In this example, I also mentioned elements of my research question and problem that this source doesn't help me with. If most or all of my sources have the same lack of information, this helps me to know what adjustments I need to make to my research process to get the information that I need. In this second example of an annotated bibliography entry, I do the same process as before, but in this one, I'm able to note that this author agrees with the author in the previous source on some elements. This supportive information will be useful. And I also am able to note that this source includes some information that the first source did not. So this addresses the information gap that I just mentioned. The next step is to outline my literature review. This will help me to be sure that I'm covering all the elements I need to. In my outline, I'll briefly discuss what each section will cover and what sources I found that will be mentioned in each of these sections. This concluding slide provides citation information for books that were used for information on literature reviews that was on the previous slides. It also includes links to the graphics that were used. These sources could be useful to you in getting more specific information on literature reviews. You'll also be able to reach out to me, Julianne Newberry, at julianne.newberry@rockhurst.edu if you would like further help and information. Thank you.